Hello, dear ones. This is Alyce Dylan, and we are at the Indigo Rose Lounge. Here we are together. It's an energetic space. That's what it looks like on your screen. And we get together as indigos and we hang out for a bit. I share with you some of what I know to be true, having lived as an indigo all my life, in the hope that I can offer you some words that will comfort and uplift and support you in your days. The word for today is enough. Enough. And I want you to know that you are enough. What you do is enough. What you know is enough. But often we pick up programming, especially with childhood trauma, where we start to think of ourselves as not enough. And there are things that you can do if you've worked on this, if you've looked at the subject and thought, well, I am qualified, or I am knowledgeable, or I have the experience, and I do my best, which is really all I can ask of myself or anyone can ask of me. And so I am enough, and you always will be enough. But when you will not feel like you're enough is when you try to do more than life gives you to do. So one of the quirks of this time-space reality, this human experience, is time. Time is a wonderful happening. Time is a wonderful law in this physical reality, in this human experience, that stops everything from happening at once. Isn't that awesome? We get to be one with time, and we get to roll out our experience. We get to eat the chocolate slowly, or we get to sip that cup of tea or watch that sunrise. Those things wouldn't exist without time. If time just folded up, oh, can you imagine having to do absolutely everything all at the same time? Now that would be a real burden. But we are given the gift of time in this human experience so that we can address things one at a time. And when we don't allow that, when we fight against time or get into battle with time or stand out of time, we don't allow ourselves to receive the gift of time and really make the most of it. So time means that whatever you're afraid of, might be next week, next year, next whenever, is it happening right now? Is it happening in this moment? Because if it's not happening right now, then maybe we just put that aside. We are always enough to deal with what's here and now. We know enough. Life prepares us enough. I'm sure you must have had the experience of having a thought or a big question, and over the next couple of days you get impulses or you get little messages here or there that contribute to an answer. And then when you finally arrive at a point where an answer is needed, you've been built up to this. You've received the information over time that you needed for this final moment. I saw that happening when I was younger. I really saw that rolling out as a truth. And it's something I really came to trust. That, okay, I've got this event in 2 weeks' time where I need to speak to some people about some stuff. And by then, I will know what to say. And it would, between now and then, I would meet interesting people. I'd have conversations. I would find the right information here or there. And by the time I got to the day, I would have all the information I needed. because we become friends with time. Like in this moment, right now, I have everything I need to deal with this moment, and I can trust that. But when we sit in this moment and we try to live next week, next year, 6 years ago, back then, and we're still carrying unprocessed emotion from way back when, and also when we're delving down rabbit holes that have nothing to do with our life in this moment, I am all for the unfettered, independent investigation of truth. Freedom of speech, independent investigation of truth, I think those are magical things. We should all be allowed to research and discover whatever it is that we need to discover or want to discover, and we should be able to talk about things in the public square. 100% behind that all. I have one rule, however. How does this serve me in this moment? It's like somebody saying to me that they're building, they quit their job and they're going off to go and build air highways, like highways in the air, system of flight navigation in the air. Okay? And why do you feel like that's important? Well, I believe that humanity is going to take flight any moment now. We're all going to learn how to levitate and fly. And so we're going to need these highways and byways. We're going to need ways to fly around and not bump into each other. And so you're going to give up everything in your life because this is a passion for you to go and create a system that you feel is going to be vital. Okay. I'm not sure in this moment that there are people willing to pay people or to exchange energy for the creation of this. Certainly not on a full-time basis. So not sure that you're going to find a way to support your present moment by doing that. Or let's say you find a shocking fact or a rabbit hole you've not explored. Now you're going to take a week off work to go and research this rabbit hole. That is about something that happened 4,000 years ago that you feel like it's important to the history of humanity. Again, not sure it serves you in this moment. And so people, especially indigos, we have a terrible penchant for addiction. We tend to get pulled from one addiction to another in our lives out of survival because it's too much in the present moment, it's overwhelmed, and so we tend to harness an addiction in order to survive the overwhelm. And then even when we get to a point where we say, okay, I acknowledge that the chemicals or the food or the relationships or the codependence or whatever it is that you've been addicted to hasn't been good for me. It's not supporting my life, so I'm going to stop all of that. But I'm still going to spend all night chasing rabbit holes or getting obsessed with things and spending all night on the internet chasing down things. Sweetheart, that's still an addiction. It's still taking you out of your present moment. If it enhances your present moment, if it gives you something, if it enhances your state, if it makes you feel comfortable and enlightened and supported, then by all means. But there are a lot of rabbit holes that do not support us or serve us in any way. There are some indigos I know who become obsessed with individuals. And these can be famous people, or they can be people they met online, and they stalk them, literally. That's an obsession, that's an addiction. Still the same thing. And then if we've got that kind of behavior, then of course we arrive at work and we're half asleep and we feel like then, okay, I'm not enough. Well, no, you are enough. In your natural state, you are enough. The problem is that you're carrying the weight of addictive behavior, you're carrying the weight of unprocessed emotion, you're carrying the weight of childhood trauma. And that's why it's so important that we get sleek. We do the healing work. We do the alignment work. We spend time in yay and yummy. We focus on what we love and what's going to support us and what's going to enhance our days. We focus on joy. We spend time in nature. The self-management for indigos is joyous. It's fun. It's light-hearted. If you find yourself going down rabbit holes to distract yourself from your present moment, you have some childhood trauma to deal with, please, my love, embrace it, deal with it. Find someone to support your journey, but do it, and you will find yourself so much lighter. So rabbit holes can be informative, they can be enlightening. And when they are, and when the knowledge that you're seeking will contribute to your present day reality, then by all means go. But don't do it to the point where it detriments your present day reality, because then you're going to start hooking on to this not enough stuff. And you are enough. Just don't spread yourself too thin. No human being is meant to deal with anything more than the present moment. That's why we were given time. We were given time so that every moment arrives and we can be ready for it in this moment. A lot of my time now, I don't know what I'm going to do in the next moment. I don't know what's going to come up tomorrow, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with it when it does, but I have confidence that I will know when I get there exactly what is right and authentic and true. So build that truth, build that trust in yourself. Stay open to the messages as they come along. And sometimes it can be obscure. Sometimes it can be a conversation you overhear at a coffee shop, and then a slice of a conversation on a radio, and then a piece of a podcast you watch. But you put all of those pieces together, and then the next day somebody will ask you a question, and you've got all the answers because you paid attention. And you showed up in your moments, ready to be enough. Ready with your whole being to be enough. And this is only your temporary human experience. It's not, is nothing, as Abraham always loves to say, there's nothing that serious going on here. We're having a human experience. We're driving these human vehicles. And if we're looking after them and they serve us well, we can have so much fun and joy and delight and love. We can learn so much about energy and how to work with energy. And we can learn so much about source and about interacting with others. Oh, it's a beautiful experience if you allow it to be. But show up in your moments and let this moment be enough. And then you will be enough in this moment. And of course, it'll all be better if you love always.